Hello, I'm Darlene Greenlee, and I want you to make room in your schedule each week to tune into Bay Focus. We are going to highlight local events, ministries, concerts. Reporter Brooke Larson goes behind the scenes at some of those concerts and talks to the music artists, local pastors, ministry leaders. Tune in each week. I'll see you on the next Bay Focus. Well, we're going to change directions a little bit. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to find out more about a missions organization that's going into Haiti and into Cuba, and it's called Living in Faith. And before we talk to the founder of this organization, I want you to get a little bit of a glimpse of what they do in those two nations. So let's take a look at Living in Faith.
The Bible tells us to love our neighbors. For Living in Faith, that has been Cuba and Haiti. Since 1995, Living in Faith has been ministering in Cuba, and we began working in Haiti in the year 2000. The ministry of Living in Faith is threefold. First is that of providing eye care, second in providing clean water as an evangelistic tool, and third is that of enriching family values through the Ancient Path seminars, plus ministering through the Jesus video. In Cuba, we began providing new eyeglasses for persons in the church because in many cases in Cuba, glasses were not affordable for many people. The Cubans have access to eye doctors and can be measured for glasses. We receive the prescriptions in Tampa and make new glasses for the patient. The glasses give a new life for many. Throughout Cuba, drinking water is often contaminated with bacteria, which causes gastrointestinal diseases. This results in vomiting and diarrhea in young children and older adults. Living in Faith developed a water purification system which filters out these disease-causing bacteria. The system is compact enough to carry into Cuba in a suitcase. These systems are installed in churches and church camps throughout Cuba. The church then uses this as an evangelistic tool to reach out to their neighbors. At each location, we deliver a case of Bibles to the church. These are so welcomed as the churches are growing, and these Bibles are a great blessing to these new believers. These water systems have been taken to Haiti, where they are installed in churches. Similar testimonies are heard from Haitians. This is especially true after the earthquake in 2010 and the subsequent outbreak of cholera. Our water systems save lives and bring about better physical health and brings about an opportunity for better spiritual health. This is why we often refer to this as the Woman at the Well project. Our eye care in Haiti is a little different than in Cuba. In Haiti, there are very few doctors who do the exams necessary to determine eyeglass prescription. Living in Faith has established 3 eye clinics to give basic exams. Our principal clinic is equipped to refract for glasses and give complete eye exams. In this clinic, we evaluate and treat eye diseases. In addition, we are able to conduct surgery by bringing eye surgeons from the United States to do cataract surgery on both children and adults. The doctors find great value in giving the little children a new life by giving them new sight. Our clinic is recognized as one of the best eye clinics in Haiti. Not only do we have air-conditioned facilities, but we are blessed to have modern equipment for exams and surgery. Our staff is trained to give the patients a very good experience. So often, patients tell us how they feel the presence of the Lord at our clinic. After surgery, both patients and family members give thanks to God for their new vision. The Living in Faith evangelistic program includes the ministry of Word and Vision, in which our staff shows the Jesus video in villages and connect to those who receive salvation with the local churches. Funding for our work comes through individuals, churches, and companies who understand the commandment to love our neighbors.
Well, that gives you a little bit of an overview of what Living in Faith does with us. And to go a little more detail on the vision behind this ministry, we have the founder with us of Living in Faith, Russ Montgomery. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Russ, wow, when I look at everything you're doing, and we just saw in the video, it is amazing to see how God has provided and given you these opportunities in the two nations of Haiti and Cuba. But tell us how this started, because your story, and why did you start Living in Faith, and how it happened with you personally?
Well, for many years I thought of the people in Cuba, and in 1995 researched a way to go there legally, went, saw what the churches were doing, which you never read about in the U.S. papers, and realized that there were some basic needs that could be met. I was given some eyeglass prescriptions saying, can you get some glasses made? Paid retail price, and I asked the Lord, if this is what you want me to do, make it possible. And He made it possible.
Wow.
We made glasses in Cuba, and the wife of the president of Haiti heard of our work and asked me to come to Haiti. And so that's how we got into Haiti.
But for you too, it was a missions, like you went on a missions trip.
Yes.
I think that's what hits me is I've seen this a number of times, different people on the show. Another organization we've had on several times, New Frontiers Health Force, for example. They started out with just doing one medical missions trip, and now they're in Africa for several years doing all this. God gave you a vision. You went for one trip, and you literally let your career go.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You walked away.
Yes. I trusted the Lord.
That
is
is amazing to me. I love to hear stories like that. Okay, I think most of us know that Haiti struggles. There's just been so many issues economically with them, and leadership change, regime change, various things that the people struggle. But I think it's surprising to me a little bit that Cuba has the needs for the water purification systems along that line. Tell us a little bit about what the conditions are like inside Cuba.
In Cuba, it's been a fantastic place to travel, wonderful people, a safe place to go, but there are some basic needs, such as clean water. And we found by putting water purification systems in churches, it attracts people into churches that might not have been there.
Yeah.
And the churches tend to double in size within a couple of years because of reaching out to their neighbors.
Yeah, wow, that's good. So you work through the churches there, and how do you make, is it just from going all the years that you've been there, how do you make the connections to with the churches yourself? Is it like word of mouth, or?
It's really word of mouth.
Yeah.
We'll have pastors waiting in one church where we're going to install a system, waiting to plead their case why they need a system as well. And so it is word of mouth, yes.
Yeah. Okay, now the eyeglasses, when you're, these are the areas that you specialize in. The eyeglasses themselves, that's strictly Haiti that you're doing that in?
It's Cuba and Haiti.
It's both,
yes,
okay.
we make glasses for prescriptions that we receive from Cuba and carry them back into Cuba. And in Haiti, we actually give the exams, and we do surgery as well.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, now you have people that come from the States and help you. So how often do you do that? Do you take teams various times of the year?
Yes,
or how often?
This year we'll be doing surgery 9 times this year. Next year we have it scheduled for 10 times. We bring in doctors from around the country, and also they'll bring either their assistants or just anybody, even without a medical background, can go and be an assistant.
Okay, so if you don't have a medical background, you went along, what would be some of the things that you would be doing to help?
It might be carrying supplies into the operating room, being able to go and usher the patients from the exam rooms to the surgery rooms to the recovery rooms, being able to pray for the patients, just being able to experience the life-changing operation.
Well, that's the side of it I wanted to ask you about. Obviously, you're going out and you're doing the humanitarian needs and things that are needed. But what is the ministry element of what you do? What opportunities are there?
Well, with the eyeglasses, we're able to go and literally heal the blind. This is what Jesus did. Yeah. And it just opens up the eyes, and people feel and experience the Christ present in our clinics. With the water, it attracts people into the church, and people literally are being healed of kidney diseases and prevention of cholera, for example. And so it's a life-giving water. It's a chance to witness to them.
I like that. I like that, the whole life-giving water. Now, how do you do this? Do you have staff, volunteers? How do you keep this all these years? It's a long time.
Well, we do have staff here. We also have some staff in Haiti and also in Cuba. Haiti, we have about 12 people working in our eye clinic full-time. Wow. So the clinic's full-time even when I'm not there.
Wow. I didn't realize you had that many on staff there. Do you have volunteers as well, other than staff that come and just, obviously the teams that go.
Right, we have volunteers that will go. In fact, in a short time, we'll be taking some students from the University of South Florida down to Haiti. A couple years ago, we took the Honors College from the University of South Florida down to Cuba. And so reaching to the younger people is fantastic because it opens up the door to missions as a ministry opportunity.
Yeah. Now, do you see other needs? Now, obviously, you're focused on the water treatment and the water systems, but also the eyeglasses. But overall economic needs, are there other things that come up that you see, like there's probably some people that need food or various things? Do you partner with other groups to help with that as well?
We've networked with Love a Child, which is a fantastic group
they're
there
great
in
down there in
Haiti.
Haiti.
They're tremendous. There's tremendous needs. We've learned that we have to go and focus on a few just to do it extremely well. And we don't want to do it good, we want to do it excellent.
Yeah, I noticed on the video and the pictures that you shared that since the earthquake in Haiti, did you see a real, it's probably never fully recovered.
It's
still the need is great.
There's ongoing needs, and we're trying to touch the lives of individuals. And those that we give surgery to are able to live useful, productive lives.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, how can in our remaining moments here, can you give us some specific things that our viewers can do to help you? Like, what would be some of your greatest needs right now?
Well, talk to your eye surgeons. We need some eye surgeons that will work on children ages 5 and younger. If you're an anesthesiologist or CRNA, we could use you to help put the children to sleep when we do surgery on them. We need people to help carry our water systems into Cuba. You'll get a chance to see and visit Cuba, as well as help distribute the water systems. And so just a willingness to be available is what's the greatest need.
I'm assuming you would take financial contributions as well.
Yes, our water systems are $1,000, and they can reach out and touch about 1,000 people at each location. And funding for the cataract surgeries for the children is about $100 per child, so you could give new sight to a child.
So how do you, how do you get all the funding for this? Do you go get on missions budgets or on churches, or how do you do this?
Various churches fund us, corporations, and a lot of individuals. They hear our story and say, "What can I do to help?" And a little bit can be multiplied through the work of the Lord.
Yeah. So every dollar counts, so to speak. I know from one of the people that actually referred you to me was Al Barrett of Threads of Hope.
Yes.
And he goes, they start sewing clinics and all this. I know you guys have partnered some, so you're partnering with other ministries as well on that. And I think he was talking about potentially bringing either the sewing clinics to you, or you going to Kenya as well, right? Some joint
doing both, yes.
Joint projects.
Networking. Great ministry that he has, and we can network together.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing about this, and just want to encourage you. This is called Living in Faith, and you are going to see on screen in just a moment how you can contact them. Again, I'm always amazed when I see organizations like this, one man's vision. Now he's got multiple clinics, all these things going in 2 different nations, and then beyond, partnering with other ministries, going into Africa. And it's just being obedient, that one person's voice, being obedient, seeing the need, and God opening the door year after year for this to happen. So stay tuned on the screen. You're going to see how you can contact Living in Faith, and we will be right back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's program. Just talked about Living in Faith and the missions organization and everything they're doing in Cuba and Haiti. I love talking about missions that are birthed here in the Central Florida area, but go way beyond this area. But then also, I really want to encourage you to get involved in the organization we showed you earlier called Every Church, One Family, foster care, trying to mobilize the church, mobilize Christians to catch a vision, to be foster parents, and to just these children that need a solid home. What better home than having a Christian home to come home to every night. I want to thank you for tuning in each week. Contact us on social media. We want to hear from you. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. May God richly bless you.